via satellite from Hollywood and Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's Rockline, the show where you ask the questions for the biggest stars in the music industry. I'm Bob Coburn, your host for Rockline, brought to you in part by Budweiser, the king of beers. For all you do, this Bud's for you. As the pennant races heat up, along with the rest of the nation in Summertime '82, Rockline keeps pace with a series of summertime special shows. Tonight featuring 3 of the 4 members of Van Halen. I'm here at the Rockline studios in Hollywood. Van Halen is in Minneapolis. We are hooked up via the satellite. No telephone lines between us and them. We want you on a phone line, however, and here are your numbers to call. Toll-free, 800-421-3222. Collect in California, 213-520-5000. Also, a little later on tonight, we'll announce the grand prize winner of the Pete Best giveaway, that trip for 2, hotel and air, to Hawaii. Sometime later, we'll announce that. Having an album go platinum is routine for Van Halen. All 5 of their albums are platinum, in fact. They're a group respected not only by their fans, but by other musicians as well. And they're a group known for putting most of the profits from their albums into their stage show. Rockline welcomes bassist Michael Anthony. Hi, Michael.
How you doing, Bob?
We're doing real good. We also have...
Wait, just like, who is that? Who is that masked band?
Gentlemen, Van Halen at your service, America, listening in. I'm Diamond David Lee Roth. And
Al, your pal. And Mike the...
Hello. How are you, Bobby baby?
I'm fine. I knew there was no reason for me to come tonight. You guys just take the calls and have a good time, all right?
Talk to us, America.
All right. They have the phone numbers, and the lines are all lit. We'll put the phones on momentarily. I have a question for you first.
Only thing.
Bob, I have a question.
Yeah, okay.
How can I win that trip to Hawaii?
I'm sorry, Al. It's already been given away. I didn't get to introduce everybody. David, of course, introduced himself. Michael got introduced. Alex is also with us. Eddie was going to join us, but he didn't make it tonight. What happened with Eddie, you guys?
Eddie is going through a religious experience.
A metamorphosis.
We'll be back with your phone calls for Van Halen on Rockline right after Dancing in the Streets. Hollywood studio, Van Halen is in Minneapolis, hooked up via the satellite. We have a call now from New Jersey, listening to WYSP out of Philadelphia is Tim. Hiya, Tim.
Hello, Tim.
What's up?
Tim.
I'm telling you, I'm extremely honored to talk to you right now.
And it is my pleasure to talk with you.
All right, what I'd like to ask you is, I'm a drummer also. I'd like to know what do you feel a main ingredient is in having a good live show for a drummer?
What is the main ingredient for a good live show for a drummer?
I think the main ingredient is the attitude you take towards sweating a lot and just generally abusing your body. You know, the whole thing is you have to drink 5 pints of beer and make it look like you're working, because while everybody else is looking at the lead singer, you're back there drinking beer.
We'll take another one. Listening to KLOS in Los Angeles, we have Penny. Hi.
Hi.
Hello, Los Angeles.
Hello. Listen, I think you guys are great, but my kids think you're terrific. They're going to your show in Los Angeles, to the concert. But I have a question for you. Do you guys listen to other types of music, like classical or anything like that?
The only classical thing we listen to is this tape recorder we have in our dressing room. It's about 5 years old.
It's about 250 years old. It's a classic itself.
It's a classic. You used to see our road manager for as far as classics, baby. I tell you.
You heard it here on Rockline. Van Halen listens to the classics. More of your phone calls and the band after this.
And I want to talk to you about my Eat the Children program this evening. Give us a call, America.
KPKE, our affiliate in Denver. Steve is on the Rockline. Hiya, Steve.
Hi. Hey, guys.
What's happening, Steve?
Nothing much. And before I ask my question, I want to invite you guys to dinner over my house.
All right.
Listen, we'll bring the dinner music.
All right, Stevie, baby.
My friend Colin.
Yeah, we'll be there.
All right, my question is, who was the guy that put the sex dolls up on the concert hall somewhere?
That was Alex's second wife.
That was... Originally, we had her taped to the front of the bus, but somebody deflated her during the show one night, so he just kind of packed her away, and that's why we don't see her anymore. Well, at least I don't.
Well, that should take care of Steve's question there. We'll take one from Birmingham, Alabama there. 95 Rock is our station, and this is Ken on the Rock line. Hey there.
All right, Birmingham.
How's it going, birds?
Wow.
Y'all rocked out in Birmingham. I want to let y'all know that.
All right, are you having a good time tonight?
Big time, big time. Got a
All
final
right.
tomorrow.
How is Birmingham tonight? How's the weather down there?
It's great, man. Went out the front day. I want to ask y'all, though, man. When y'all came out on stage in Birmingham a couple years ago, you said something about making a movie.
I'm sorry, your 5 minutes have kind of run out. It's a great question, and we'll call you back next week.
You're gonna have to put another quarter in the telephone, man.
Hello?
Hello?
I'm here, man.
In typical Van Halen fan tradition, he didn't have a quarter.
Go ahead.
We didn't have one to lend him.
Go ahead and ask your question, Ken.
No, when y'all came out on stage, and you brought out a video cam or something like that, and you said something about making a movie, man.
Yes, what we did is we compile footage from all of the tours just as we record live, and that way when it comes time to do our big movie deal, you know, and do that kind of number, then we have it at our disposal rather than having to rush out and just, you know, try and capture the whole flavor of the entire career after you're 40 years old.
And Ken, you are in the picture.
We'll have more of your phone calls, more with Van Halen
You're the
coming
one
up
with your fist in the air, man.
after Dance the Night Away.
A man trapped against his will in a world he does not understand.
A man.
We're with Van Halen, obviously, tonight on Rockline. They're in Minneapolis. I'm here in Hollywood, and we got Tony in Philadelphia listening to YSP. Hey, Tony.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
How's it going, Tony?
What's happening, Tony?
What's on your mind, Tony?
Ask us a question, Tony. We'll lie.
Okay.
Tell your girlfriend to quit
I'm so
tickling you.
nervous. Okay, first of all, I think you're the greatest rock band on earth. I don't care what
Greatest
everybody else
rock
has to
band.
say.
Hey, you should see how many albums we sell on Mars, man.
Okay, this question's for David
And
Lee
I
Roth.
understand Warner Brothers is opening up a new market, and, well...
Time to come down to Philadelphia.
What's your question for David, Tony?
Okay, the question for David is, I read a rock magazine explaining about their new stage design. I was wondering, what's the new stage design from last year? How would it be set?
Exactly
Well,
like this.
I'll tell you, Tony. It's different, man. It's something like the world has never seen before in musical history. Something that has never been paraded across and left its shadow on our land, terrifying the innocent villagers. It speaks to their children from inside their homes, Tony. That's what's different, actually. But
Other than that, about the same as last year, huh? We'll take another call.
much, you know.
Let's take another call.
All right, we got Vicky. She's in
Take
New York
another
City
one,
listening to
Bobby,
PLJ. Hey, Vicky, you're on Rockline.
Okay,
Vicky.
for David. Okay, I love you guys. You guys are wild and crazy.
Oh, honey,
And
the feeling
David,
is
I want to
mutual.
know, where did you learn to get your scream?
Well, I learned to get my scream while I was doing push-ups. And she got me in the figure 4 leg lock, and somebody knocked on the door. Wow.
There it went.
I couldn't look over my left shoulder for 2 weeks, honey, I'll tell you, you know. It's tough out there on the road, one thing after another. Are you with us, Vicky?
I sure am.
Oh, baby. Broadcasting across America from Minneapolis, St. Paul. Van Halen with you here, live, no jive. Talk to us, America. America is listening. I'm Diamond David Lee Roth, and...
Al, you're a pal.
And Mike, someone else's pal.
Hi in the
Be a
basement of
satellite.
Minneapolis, it's St. Paul.
Bounce your microwaves to us here.
Dial.
We're going to take a
Talk
quick
to us.
time out and play a song from the first album by Van Halen. More
Great,
coming
I
up with the
need it.
band and more of your phone calls. This is
I
your
need
riff.
Hi, this is Billy.
You got your number
All right, thank you, Billy. We are back with Van Halen. They're in Minneapolis.
Hi.
I'm here in Hollywood.
This is David Lee Roth. You've just hacked and carved your way through 3 Vietnamese villages, carving a swath halfway to Dun Loc in the South China Sea, burning and looting all the way. And now it's Miller time.
Our next phone call
Isn't
from...
that supposed to be Budweiser tonight?
Thank you. I think we'll take another call
Jack
here.
Daniels, I'd say Jack Daniels myself.
Down from Atlanta, 96 Rock, we got Tim on Rockline. Hey, Tim.
Hey, Tim.
Big Al, what's happening? This is Tim with the dead battery, remember?
Wait a minute, that's your girlfriend. What are you talking about?
Wait a minute, pal. Who's got a dead battery?
You know, in the car when I drove you guys around?
Yeah. You're a good guy. You know, I think you should raise your pay.
So how are you tonight,
I'm
man?
doing all right. Hey,
All right, what are you
how
up
come
to?
you guys didn't do dancing in the streets?
Well, you know, there's
We
only
did.
so
You
much
just-
time during the show. You know, it's like a lot of people ask us, how come you guys do so many cover versions? How come you do cover versions of other people's material? And I just say, well, you know, when you go out and you play it live, it's a question of people, if they're not familiar with music, they don't enjoy it so much. So it's better to record the songs first.
Hey, Al.
Did you swallow
And if
all
you
of that?
believe that, baby, I got a bridge for you. Her name's not Verrazano, is it?
All right, Tim, thank you for the call. We're going to move to Syracuse now, 94 Rock, and we have somebody that wants to talk to Van Halen, and her name is Carla.
Oh, Carla.
Hello?
Hi, Carla.
Hello?
Hi, Carla. Carla. Really, I didn't do it.
How are you tonight, Carla?
All right.
Ooh, what are you doing right now? Where are you sitting?
I'm just sitting in my room.
You're sitting in your room. What's the lighting like in there? I want you to turn down the lights. I want you to take the radio and place it against your body. And now feel the sound of my voice as it travels up your spine and into your mind.
Can there be any sin in sincere?
We love you, baby.
What's on your mind, Carla?
I want to know. Talk to us, America. Van Halen is listening.
What's on your mind, Carla?
Nothing.
After that? Nothing, okay?
Well, don't worry about it.
Give me some of them vitamins.
We'll play a track from Diver Down now on Rockline with Van Halen. This is Secrets. First guest we've ever had on Rockline that brought their own music and producer.
Good afternoon, good evening, America. We are Van Halen, half European, and this next 3-4 minutes will be just the European section of our show. We'll be taking nothing but European questions for the next 3 or 4 minutes. Foreign language students, give us a call. Foreign language questions only, please.
We now have Kevin listening to KLOS in Los Angeles. Kevin, remember, European questions, please. You're on
Habla
Rockline.
Español.
Okay, this is for Dave.
Well, this is to go? To go? Okay, one question to go.
Okay. And
Time's
almost,
up.
You want that Raptor, you can eat it there.
I'll tell you, when they don't charge you extra for cheese or tomato, they're trying to tell you something. You know that. You ever been in a hotel, man? You know when it says 24-hour room service, that means how long to get the club sandwich, man. It has nothing to do with hours.
Or yours.
and almost
European time. All right.
Okay, can the
Sorry,
accordion.
Time's up. You won the dog food instead of the Buick, but you'll have a chance again.
All right, once again, ladies and gentlemen from Los Angeles, Kevin on Rockline. Hi, Kevin.
Okay. Are you behind door number 1, number 2, or 3?
Okay, here we go. Okay, this is for Dave. Okay? All
I'm
right.
ready.
In almost every article I read about you, there's something about you and brown M&Ms. Well, what is it? What's the deal about the M&Ms?
Here we go.
Anything for space, man. Give me one paragraph. That's all I want out of life, man. You want to know the honest truth? I'll tell you the honest truth. And that's it for European time.
M&M.
Do they even have
there, Kevin?
M&Ms in Germany?
No, the thing about brown M&Ms is there's not necessarily a religious superstition, but it is a superstition of sorts. You know how you always tie one shoe before you tie the other? You know, you put
especially before
you
you
put your legs on one pant at a time, you know, and you just it's like
Put your legs on
always
one
wear their
pant at a time.
wristwatch on the same arm, you know, and that kind of thing. Some people brush their teeth starting on the same side all the time for good luck. Some people don't brush theirs at all.
For bad luck.
And that's where brown M&Ms come in.
You know brown M&Ms, man. E.T. Fun Hum. E.T. Oh, those are Reese Pieces, man. Oh, my God. Heresy. Heresy.
We have another call from the Philadelphia area. WYSP is our affiliate. And
Philadelphia.
ladies and gentlemen, we now have on Rockline Elaine for Van Halen.
Hi, Elaine.
How you doing?
How
Want to
are
buy some
you?
brown M&Ms?
No, it's all right. I eat green M&Ms.
Do you have a question for us
Yeah,
this
I
evening?
do. My question was for David, but since everybody's asking David questions, I'd like to ask Alex why David Lee Roth is wearing a Napoleon outfit on the Pretty Woman video.
Well, wait a minute. Dave is the one who's wearing it. How come you're asking me?
Because everybody's asking David questions.
I think Dave has the answer right here.
I think it's the only costume that fit him.
You know, sometimes you want to put something on special for someone, baby. That special time when you give them that look and say, hello. All right, man.
Great music you brought tonight, I have
We're
to admit, guys.
broadcasting live from Minneapolis, St. Paul, ladies and gentlemen. Diamond David Lee Roth. Pal, your pal.
And Mike, you're...
Someone else's pal,
Progressively
yes.
deteriorating person.
We have time for another call now from DeKalb, and in DeKalb, Illinois, our radio station is
DeKalb,
WDEK.
Illinois.
And we got Dave calling from DeKalb. Hey, Dave.
Hey guys, how's it going?
What's happening, Dave?
Hey, this is a question for you, Mike. Which is surprising, but here we go. I'm
right
wondering,
here.
how'd you ever get into the Van Halen brothers?
How'd I ever get into the Van Halen brothers?
You had a good lawyer.
Look at this can opener right here.
A man lost, alone, in a world that does not understand. A man armed with nothing but his bass guitar and the will to survive.
On four
A man who comes from nowhere and goes home to nobody. The man, the mystery, the legend. Michael Anthony.
That's all, folks.
Van Halen with us tonight on Rockline on the Global Satellite Network. Everybody wants some. We're back live from Hollywood and Minneapolis. Van Halen on Rockline on the Global Satellite Network. Our next phone call comes from Tampa, Florida, and our station there is 95 YNF in Tampa, and we have Tracy on Rockline. Hi, Tracy.
Hello, Tracy.
Hi.
Oh, Tracy. How are you this evening,
All
darling?
right, how are y'all?
Oh, fine. What's it like down there in Florida?
Pretty hot.
I wish I was with you, darling.
I wish you was here,
I was
too.
sitting here thinking about you right now. I'm thinking about returning to Tampa myself, darling, and finding you and the kids and going somewhere for the weekend. Maybe down to the disco, maybe down to the clinic. Do you have a question for Van Halen, Tracy? Speak to me,
this is all
Tampa.
of y'all. What do y'all do for recreation while y'all not touring?
Well, we sit in the hammock and we watch the corn grow and we go out and loll upon the river. Me and Al and Michael. Holy mackerel, Michael. Where you get that bottle, boy? That's not your bottle. And here comes the sheriff now.
looking for his bottle.
All right.
And the music
Was there a
ended
question
just
there?
in time for another phone call from Los Angeles this time. We have Kim on Rockline. Hi, Kim.
Hi. I have a
Kim.
question for David.
Ooh.
Me and my friend April do. We want to know if you've had a chance to use your insurance yet.
Oh, the Lloyds of London policy, yeah.
They just folded last
As you
week.
know, darling, I'm a family-oriented sort of guy, and I've personally started 4 or 5 since January. And it's not a question of insurance, but a question of assurance.
Yes.
Ah, yeah, I love that nerve tonic, and boy, do I have nerve, baby.
All over the United States because of David Lee Roth, Women Are Crying.
Look, I know you're getting a bad
Jamie's
impression,
crying.
America.
And here it is on Rockline. Oh, Van Halen on Rockline. I'm Bob Coburn. We have a call now from Rochester, New York. Our station there, WMJQ. Michelle, we now have on Rockline. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Hey, y'all, how are you out there?
Good.
Hey, y'all ever ready for some abuse?
Yeah, I just want to say you guys...
Radio abuse.
I think you guys are the greatest band in the whole world, and it's such a thrill to be talking to you guys. I don't believe I finally got through.
Well, it sure is a pleasure to play for the likes of y'all, darling. I can testify to that.
One more time.
Woo! Y'all just move your back legs on over there, and we'll just sidle on out this street together, baby. Yeah. We love you, baby. We love you.
You have a question for Van Halen, Michelle?
Yes, I know you guys are great on tour and live, and I was wondering if you guys are ever going to make a live album in the near future.
Well, it's entirely possible, highly improbable, but you just never know. And here it is.
I'll take another now. We have one now from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. WQFM is our station there, and this is Rick. Hey. Hey, Rick.
Gentlemen,
Hey,
hey, how's it going?
it's going good. I know Michael's a gentleman. I just saw him walk out of a door that said so.
Call me Jed on the weekend.
And I use the term lightly. How's Milwaukee?
Yo, it's tough. We're waiting for a week from tomorrow. We're waiting.
Oh, we won't disappoint you.
That's the opening song right there.
Got a big question for you.
All right.
Yeah, could you tell me who Jan Van Halen is? She plays the clarinet. She really reels on that thing. That's big bad
Hey,
Bill.
she is
Yeah, she sure
great.
did. I got a surprise for you, guy.
Jan Van Halen is Edward and Alex's father.
In drag. This is the latest composition on the clarinet by Jan Van
From the pen of Jan Van Halen, ladies and gentlemen.
What overtones?
Epileptic now.
Let's
Well, you
take
see, in Europe, the name Jan is as common as the name John is in America. And
It's just a little tough to say, you know, like
Yeah.
toy boat.
And it's, well, it's the same place that Mike walked out of. Gentlemen's is a long way of saying John.
We have someone that wants to talk to you now.
That's our way of saying. Thank you, America. Give us a buzz.
Third time's a charm. We now have a call from Rutland, Vermont, listening to
Rutland.
Pix 106, and I have a feeling you guys want to talk to this person. This is Bernadette.
Hello, Bernadette.
Hi, what you been up to these days?
How are you, Bernadette?
I'm fine.
Ooh, what's the weather like where you're at?
Don't ask. Thunderstorm.
Ooh.
There's a little thunderstorm music for you, Bernadette.
It's a little something to make you feel better out there, Bernadette. To all of our friends on the East Coast. But that's only a preview of what's coming up on the next Van Halen record. We've been working on some of the new material, and Al is going to sing you one of the songs that he did lead vocal on right now. Live radio, ladies and gentlemen, rare as it is these days, these modern times, Alex Van Halen. Take it away, Al.
Go. There was a song I used to sing.
Don't give him too much. Al.
Do it. That's
a little
enough.
preview of what's coming up, you know.
And wait till you hear the harmonies.
Thinking about Bernadette.
A religious disco concept album is something that'll become complete with the 4-color laser dye printout, glossy booklets, and we're going to charge you a hell of a lot for it.
Sounds like that new album's going to have a lot of barbershop quartet and a lot of country music in it, too.
Don't mention the word barbershop.
We should be fair to Bernadette. She never got a question in, I don't think. Did you, Bernadette?
No.
No, okay, go ahead then.
Okay, I want to ask
David, what size spandex pants you wear?
Small as possible, babe. Small as possible.
That's like, what size water do you use when you take a shower?
More Van Halen coming up after
It's
Oh Pretty
actually
Woman
about the size of a balloon, you know.
on Rockline. And so that Roy Orbison could keep in sunglasses. Nice of the group to do that. The 100 winners of the signed Pete Best posters and record sets have been drawn. We've had this gift. We have from Detroit, Angie, listening to Rockline on WRIF. Angie, you're on the program.
Hi.
Lovely.
Hey, you guys are spots, you know that?
All right.
Hi, Diane. How you doing?
We are on the air.
Yeah.
Attention, America.
How you guys doing?
Woo!
Very good. We seem to be having a slight echo problem because of the satellite.
It's not the satellite that's giving you your problem now. So what's your question, baby?
I just wanted to know how you guys get all psyched up before your concerts and where you get all that energy from.
Well, we don't do it by listening to Cheap Trick. No, it's just it's a natural state of being, you know. It's either, you can call it hyperactive, you can call it a perpetually happy, I don't know what you would call it. What would you call it, Al?
I would call it what Dave normally terms it as monkey hour.
Heavy narcotics.
The thing that when I first met Dave a long time ago, he told me how he used to play ticky-tack on the table and such. And
Can't you make up your own stories?
Well, I'm trying to. I'm doing you a favor. See, Dave? So anyway, here's
it's
Dave's
tough
bottom line.
out here, man. We're out on the road. Everybody wants to get back home. Everybody wants to get back to the land. Everybody wants to get back to the country. I just want to get back to the hotel.
I guess we'll take another call. Why not? WNOR
so.
in Norfolk, Virginia, our affiliate, has Kelly listening, and Kelly is on Rockline.
Might as well take another one, huh, Bobby?
That's right, Dave.
He's got a little button that says that. Yeah.
Another call, please.
Hi.
My folks think I'm at the movies. Where are you?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I started something called Pink.
What's your question, Kelly?
I just want to ask David if he's going to settle down anytime soon.
What?
Well, he just settled down into his seat here tonight.
No, it's what's settled down. What's settled down? You know, it's people always say you got to settle down. You got to get married. You know, when you get married, you're gonna go buy a house. You're gonna get a plaster house. You'll get a wooden house, or you'll get a stucco house. Oh, how you can get stucco?
And then you get divorced.
Marriage. I can see her bending over the stove now. But I can't see the stove.
We ain't talking about love. Van Halen, Rockline. The first album. We're with Van Halen tonight on Rockline into a serious, somber conversation about rock, and it continues after this. Yeah. And the first album, Running with the Devil. Van Halen, our guest this evening on Rockline on the Global Satellite Network. We'll take another phone call from the Pittsburgh area, one of our newer affiliates, WDVE. We have Jill listening to Rockline. Jill, you're on the program.
Hey, Jill.
Hey, how are you all guys doing?
Oh, doing real good. How about you this evening?
Fine, have a kiss for all of you first.
Oh.
I really can't hear you very
Look
loud.
what Alex is doing for you now.
Oh, jeez.
Alex, look what he's holding up.
I got like 20 pounds salami. I like
He's holding it up now. He's, see how it's all red around the edges?
Well, I tell you, I can't do anything
just
about
the
it.
edge.
But
What is
long
that?
Distance. Long distance is the next best thing to being there, right?
Oh, baby. All right, Jill. Talking short distance from me to you.
Uh-oh.
Try and get a question in here, Jill, please.
Okay, well, I'm a disc jockey myself, and I just want to tell you all that you're the most succulent group of guys I've ever seen. One of my favorite words, I tell you right now. No, I was just wondering, we recently did an interview with you all on the air, and I was just wondering, in your opinion, what album that you've released so far, what is your personal favorite?
This one! Wake up, America! Look alive! It's 1982! Don't get left behind, baby! Everybody needs beer, even Dave Roth's.
Listen to that, would you? That's some great rock and roll in the background there. I tell you, that's something. If you think that's something, check this out. And the cradle will rock. More phone calls in a moment.
What's the license plate number of that?
A prisoner of the fourth dimension, Bob Coburn, lost in space somewhere.
Hank, Dave, Roth, Halen, we appreciate you being on the program tonight. We have a call from Venice, California, 95.5 KLOS. Hi, Karen.
Hello, how you doing tonight?
Hey, Karen, how are you tonight?
Hi, doing real good. My name is Karen. I want to introduce you to two girlfriends of mine. Hi,
Hey.
this is Becky, and this
Hey.
is Sandy. And we have elected you, David, as stud of the month.
Oh, look out. Stud of the month.
How do you like that? We've got your picture on our bulletin board. A nice, sexy one at that. Parents,
Well,
parents.
you know it's
We
not an
also
easy
have a
job, baby,
serious
but
question.
somebody's got to do it, you know? But I can do it better with your help. I ain't kidding.
Love that piano bar music.
Venice, from Venice, California. That sounds like California. Where's that picture on you? I like to think that my pictures have made it to ceilings and hearts and homes, bedrooms of Americans everywhere, you know?
Awesome. Yeah, but this is a, listen, we bring pleasure to work and vice versa, so really.
I'll work your pleasure anytime.
Karen's on top of her game tonight. Do you have a question, Karen?
Well, we wanted to know how Dave is going to do in the next 10 years. I know it's a boring question. He'll probably say the same thing I'm doing now, but maybe.
I think you'll measure up.
Way. What are your goals?
I'm going to take over Bobby's job, baby. That's day after tomorrow. No, Friday, actually.
I'll switch with you.
Getting fired after this one, man.
And now for something completely different, a call from Missoula, Montana, KZOQ, our station. And what's on your mind, Carol?
Question for Alex.
Alex!
for
Alex has
Alex.
a question! All right. Yes, indeed. Direct, baby, from Missoula, Montana.
We're going to have to hurry a little bit here now. Carol, go ahead.
Barely hear him. Okay, I got a question. I'm a female drummer, and I'm just starting out. And how do you get people to take you seriously?
You're asking Al?
Al's been having that problem for about 10 years now.
Seriously, Al.
I'll be really serious with you. It took me years, but I think the most important thing you have to be concerned with is maybe you should think about getting a sex change.
More with Van Halen coming up on Rockline
On the airwaves.
on the Global Satellite Network. I invite you to keep in touch with us. Here's our address at Rockline. P.O. Box S, Tarzana, California, 91356 is the zip. Our congratulations to Diane Korash, who has good taste and listens to the Rock and Best, 106 KWK in St. Louis. She is on her way with a friend to Hawaii as the winner of the Pete Best giveaway, the grand prize for that. I'd like to, while I have a moment here, say thanks to Alex Van Halen, Michael Anthony, and David Lee Roth of Van Halen.
Yes, indeed, America. This has been another in the continuing saga of Van Halen. Their name grasped from the very jaws of disaster. Their very presence terrifying the innocent villagers. Yet their shadow remains. America, behold that which has grown from your own nexus. America, Van Halen.